Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to a new video on this MK2 16 valve Golf. Hope you had a good day and that you're looking forward to the weekend, if you're not working that is. I'm actually going to be staying in the house this weekend instead of my truck, which will be a nice change after I think about a month straight of living in it. So in the last episode we were kind of stuck by not being able to change the seat cover, which I'm hoping to get done this weekend so we can get it back in on Monday. So I thought it would make sense today to detail the rest of the interior, and then as soon as the seat's done, all we need to do is give that a good clean and then stick it in, and that should be the interior almost there. I've ordered the fabric paint, so that should come I think Monday, Tuesday, so that means that we can do the sun visors as well, and then really it's just little things like the door lock pins and anything else I'm forgetting, maybe the seat plastic that we broke off. So yeah, getting there. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you how I detail in an interior. Obviously there's lots of different ways that people do it. I'm not, to be honest, a great fan of doing interiors. I much prefer detailing paintwork, but obviously it's important that the car looks really good throughout, so it's definitely worth putting the extra effort in. So let's have a look and see where we're going to start. Before I go any further, massive shout out again to my Uncle Tom, who's lent me this studio lighting, which I'm sure will make it an awful lot easier for both you and me to see what's going on. So the first thing I normally do is just give the interior, after I've taken everything out obviously, just anything at all that's in the car, apart from the lock and wheel nut key because it's too easy to lose them. What I normally do is just give it a really good blowout with the airline. Obviously if you don't have an airline, that's a bit difficult, but you can probably find one at your local car wash or garage or something. It definitely makes life a lot quicker and easier. So we'll give it a quick blast with that, and then I'll show you what I do next. Forgot about a pen. Alright, next up we're gonna clean the trim. So basically just to clean it, get any rubbish off it, and also just to make it look nice and shiny as well. I usually do this next because obviously when you're wiping it down, bits of whatever might fall on the floor, so I don't really see the point in hoovering it before you do that. And the reason I do that before the windows as well is that sometimes you can actually get some of the trim shine on the windows, so there's not really much point in cleaning the windows before you do that. So here we go, let's get some of this trim shine on it. So starting with the steering wheel, obviously you should never put trim shine on the actual bit you're holding on to, for obvious reasons, but there's no harm, if I can get it to come out, there's no harm in putting some in the middle as long as you're kind of careful with where you put it. There we go. So shining that up in the middle, just being careful not to go onto the actual bit you're holding on to. So it takes very little time, but what a difference, just like that. Obviously I'm not going to film all this in real time because it would be pretty boring for you, so I'll fire it onto time lapse and we can get this bit done and then on to the next bit. Is the windows. Now I don't normally do this, but what I've done is put some fast drying degreaser on this cloth because they're seriously dirty, so that should make life easier when we come to use the window cleaner. And in terms of window cleaner, what I normally use is just bulk standard stuff that you'd use in your house, but I've run out of that, so I've got some more expensive stuff that I'm going to use. To be honest, I don't really tend to see a lot of difference, which is why I just use the stuff that you would use in your house. But this stuff that I'm going to use will definitely do the job. Give that mirror a clean as well. Good. So the next thing I'm going to use is just the glass polish. So it's more like the kind of polish that you would use on a car. It kind of looks more like it than something else. That's probably a little bit much, but the cloth's dry, so never mind. And because I've just degreased the front window, what I'm going to do is just start with the other windows first. Now, normally when you're doing this, you should always do the outside windows first, so you can see when the inside windows are clean, but obviously we're just working on the inside just now. And after I've detailed the outside, it's going to need to go for an MOT at some point again, just so it has a full year on it. So this won't be the last time that I'm cleaning inside the car, so this will just get it nice and shiny for now. So just starting with this window here. Help if I close the door. That wasn't actually too much, it's kind of absorbing it pretty well. So if I'm using this kind of cream stuff, what I normally do is just use a cloth to apply it, and then use paper towel to take it off again, because I find that if you just try and do it all with a cloth, even if you're just using the stuff that you would use in your house as well, it's just kind of more like you're moving the grease around rather than taking it back off. So I'll go and grab some cloth and we'll use that. Alright, so I've just grabbed some blue roll. If you don't use that, if you don't have that, then kitchen roll would work just as well. So obviously you can see the dirt on the outside. And that's obviously why you want to clean the outside first, because then you can be sure that any dirt that you see is on the inside. So just going over it plenty of times to make sure that you've taken all the polish off and any dirt that's come off with it. Kind of hard to see, but yeah, they were quite dirty. Alright, so one down. 4 more to go? Yeah. No, 5 more to go. Yeah, 5 more to go. Here we go. Alright, that's the windows done. I'll let you have a look at how we're looking so far, and I'm sure you can guess what's coming next. So obviously, as I mentioned, you really need to clean the outside ones first, but you can still see that they're a lot shinier than they were, so that's cool. Again, so is the dash. It'll probably take a few hits to get the kind of shine that you really want, or the shine that I really want, because if it's not been treated with anything for quite a while, then it just kind of soaks in, and you need to hit it a few times. But it's certainly looking a lot better than it was, so that's some progress there. So now, as you probably guessed, what I'm going to do is grab the hoover and attack this big mess. So there we go, it's looking a lot better than it did. That hoover is kind of good for picking up bigger stuff, but it's not as good for fine stuff, which is okay though, because what I'm going to do on Monday is get the shampooer out and run over everything really with the kind of finer hoover, and then we'll get it all shampooed and see how nice and clean we can get it looking. So there we go, another little bit of progress today. It'll be really good to get that seat cover done and then be able to shampoo the seats and the fabric on the doors and the door cards, and then get it all in and see how it looks. So I hope you have a good weekend. If you've enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, and I'll see you on Monday.